My name is Mike Harkin, and I'm a Strategic Inspector with the Care Inspectorate, and I've been in post now for about 4 years. So in our role there are 2 or 3 primary areas that we undertake. One is focused around the joint inspections of adult services, and since I've been in post for about 4 years, the focus for those have been around older people's services. And we work with our colleagues in Healthcare Improvement Scotland to inspect a number of partnerships across Scotland. Another primary area of our role is to work with link areas that we are given to develop a close working association with those areas. So for example, I'm linked in with South Ayrshire and Dumfries and Galloway. I go down regularly and I meet with executive managers, senior managers, integration joint board managers, chief social work officers, and we work together to influence and to improve the quality of services and to provide a supporting role in any which way we can. We also work with on other thematic inspections. So far today I've worked on LSCMI, supported evaluation for criminal justice services. I have also been heavily involved in thematic inspection of alcohol and drug partnerships, and just more recently concluded a role working within an inspection of adult support and protection services nationally, and I'm about to be involved in a thematic inspection of self-directed support across Scotland. So the good things about being an inspector within the Care Inspectorate, particularly a strategic inspector, is that we can independently look at the quality of services in the areas that we go in to work in. We have, one of the good things is that we're working across Scotland, so you begin to see the national picture, you begin to get a real good sense of the partnerships that are kind of doing well in certain areas, the partnerships that are doing less well, performing less well. You can begin to signpost partnerships to areas of good practice. You can begin to think about why things aren't working in partnerships. And this job gives you a real kind of strategic feel of what's happening across the whole system within organisations. And you have the opportunity to begin to signpost partnerships to other areas that are doing well. And you get a lot of satisfaction where you're working with partnerships and they recognise that you play a key role in their improvement journey from the time that you're involved. I think you get a real kind of kick from that and a real good feeling of satisfaction. It's a good role in terms of, you're not delivering services, you have that autonomy as an independent inspectorate body. They appreciate the work that we do because we kind of take the time to take the step back and have a look and analyse what's going on in their services. And by and large, we find that when we're working with partnerships, that they find our role positive in both the joint inspections and some of the link works and across the thematic work that we do. Our focus is about improvement. It's not about, knocking services and telling them about everything that's wrong. Our reports also are heavily focused on and proportionately focused on areas of good practice and flagging those up. And there's as much emphasis on looking for good practice as there is in terms of looking for areas for improvement. And I think that's important for inspection and improvement work. I think one of the other best things about working in where we're afforded a degree of respect. I think the Care Inspectorate is held in high regard. I think strategic inspectors are held in high regard. I think people value the role, value individual inspectors and value what we bring to the improvement agenda within a partnership. And I think finally, one of the best things about being a strategic inspector is before I came into post, I worked in Angus was a kind, and for about 18 years, and you don't get that national picture. I've been involved in strategic inspection work now for about 4 years. I've travelled Scotland. You get a sense of whole systems in terms of organisations, and you get a real clear sense of what the national picture is when we do some of our joint inspections and thematic inspections, and I really like that bit of the job. For anyone out there that's thinking about applying, I would say think about it carefully. I think it is a really excellent job. I would encourage you to go for it. I think it's hard getting here, but it's worth it when you get here. I think the Care Inspectorate is a go forward kind of organisation. It encourages you to test yourself, to challenge yourself. So for example, I had no past experience really in alcohol or drug partnership work, or had no past experience in community justice or criminal justice work, and I've been heavily involved in that through my thematic inspections, and that challenges you to learn and to develop your practice, but in a good way, in an environment that's supportive and encourages you to do so. I had little experience in children's services, but now I'm a link inspector for the 2 councils I previously mentioned. It challenges you to find out and develop your practice and really up your game, and so that when you're going into meetings with executive directors and board members and elected members, etc., you know you have to know your stuff. So there are challenges, but that's not a bad thing. If you're looking to forward your personal and professional career, this is a good place to come. This is a good place to keep pushing yourself forward, learning and development, and I would recommend it to anybody working out there as a good career opportunity.